Kulmbach and the three Bs, Burg, Bier, Brodwerscht, which means Kulmbach's castle, its beer and its grilled sausages. You can easily discover the manifold Franconian landscape by bicycle or walking. After all, Kulmbach is located in the center of four exceptional natural landscapes. The Frankenwald, which means the Franconian forest, the Fichtelgebirge, a nice low mountain region, the Fränkische Schweiz, also called Switzerland of Franconia, and the Obermaintal, the valley around a small river Main. And this is Kulmbach, admittedly not very large, 28,000 inhabitants. In only a quarter of an hour you can walk through Kulmbach, from the north to the south or from the east to the west. Some people tend to overlook Kulmbach, whereas Kulmbach does not deserve this, with such nice romantic corners and appealing guest houses.
Wo sich weißer Wein und roter Main verbinden, wo die Plassenburg von stolzer Höhe schaut, schlägt das lebensfrohe Herz in Oberfranken, ist dir eine Stadt so gut vertraut, wo die alten Gässchen leise träumen, findest du die Worte sicherlich. Kulmbach, Kulmbach, ich mag dich, Kulmbach, mein Herz schlägt.
This is the marketplace with its historical fountain called Luitpoldbrunnen. Around this fountain there are a lot of people of Kulmbach who pursue their favorite activity, which is sitting around and drinking beer. When they do not do this, they are eating grilled sausages. You can find them at every corner in Kulmbach.
Nur die Tauben gurren auf der Fensterbank, in den Brunnen spiegeln sich die alten Zeiten, an der Stadtmauer entlang. Aufrecht wachen Bergesan die Türme und sie grüßen brüderlich. Kulmbach, Kulmbach, ich mag dich, Kulmbach, mein Herz schlägt für dich. Vergehen, wenn für morgen du auch änderst dein Gesicht, deine Schönheit tief im Innern, sie wird bleiben, jene Herzlichkeit, die aus dir spricht. Mag die Welt dir auch noch vieles geben, du bleibst Königin für mich. Kulmbach, Kulmbach, ich mag dich, Kulmbach, mein Herz schlägt für dich. Kulmbach, Kulmbach, ich mag dich, Kulmbach, mein Herz schlägt für dich. La 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 la.
It should demonstrate presence at the frontier of the Diocese of Bamberg and tease the bishops, the castle of Kulmbach called Plassenburg. In the year of 1135 it is mentioned in documents for the first time. The Margraves of Brandenburg of the House of Hohenzollern become the ruling dynasty at the castle by succession. Around the year 1530, Georg der Fromme, which means George the Devout, starts to convert the castle into an invincible fortress by installing cannons and emplacements for heavy artillery. The reconstruction of the castle takes almost 50 years. The architect is Caspar Fischer. He converts the castle into a splendid Renaissance palace and a mighty fortress of the region. During a 30-year lasting war period, 1618 to 1648. The castle is a place of refuge for the Margrave's family and a protective barrier for approximately 2,000 people of Kulmbach. It was besieged twice without success. Today it is an historical place. Here we are in the so-called nice courtyard. This is the inner courtyard of the Burg, where in former times also night tournaments took place. And around this courtyard you can also find some museums, among others the largest European museum of tin figures. Here you can follow the path of history of mankind, starting with the Stone Age, all in miniature. And the special legend is attached to the castle itself. The castle is haunted. A white lady shall haunt the castle at night. Her name is Kunigunde von Orlamünde. She appears to the inhabitants of Kulmbach usually during the first week of August, as this is the week of the Bier festival in Kulmbach. In the beginning there was the Bier, the Bier, the Bier.
Das Bier.
In the beginning there was the Bier. In the end there are restaurants and bars with a proud number of 105. This is the number we can find in the local phone book. You have to know how to protect what you want to enjoy. Kulmbach cares for its beer culture. Because the Franconian city became well known in the past for its frothing barley liquid.
Na, das geht schon, das geht gar nicht.
Kulmbach likes to be considered as the home of the beer. The reason may be that here 365 days a year people enjoy the pleasures of the liquid manna. There's a place in Kulmbach which is also part of the beer culture, a restaurant where the beer extract is boiling in front of the guests. 2 times a week the master brewer Alexander Mattis is preparing the boiling beer extract. Every 4 weeks he is brewing not only light beer but also one special beer, depending on the season, a light summer weiss beer or a stronger dark beer. The so-called Kommunbräu Kulmbach is the second brewery in Kulmbach with 1000 hectoliters per year, very small compared to the big Kulmbacher brewery. But they do not want to compete at all. They attach great value to an artisanally brewed natural, which means unfiltered beer. The Kommunbräu in Kulmbach is not only well known and very popular for its amber-colored beer, which goes down your throat very well, but also for the typical regional cooking, like for example the roasted meat with a beer sauce served with dumplings and pickled cabbage, the special dish of this restaurant. And this special barley liquid, namely the beer, is also the central theme of the Brewery Museum, the largest one in Bavaria. On 3000 square meters, everything is about the beer culture through the ages. Since 1880, cardboard beer mats have been used, and in former times people were drinking warm beer all ready for breakfast in mugs or ivory tumblers. Bottle filling facilities like this one were used around the year 1819. It was all craft work, but nevertheless the breweries of these times were rich. Barrels with magnificent carvings were piled up in front of the directors' doors, pure prestige objects which demonstrated the brewer's wealth to the visitors. The brewer's saying, Hopfen und Malz, Gott erhalt's, which means that Scotch shall protect hope and malt as the main ingredients for beer. This is to say that beer itself has had a lasting effect on the townscape of Kulmbach. The inhabitants of Kulmbach share with the people of Thuringia their passion for grilled sausages. Here grilled sausages and beer absolutely belong together. This is almost a classical menu.
Kulmbacher Brodwerscht.
Kulmbacher Brodwerscht.
Kulmbacher Brodwerscht.
Sizzling and frying in the pan, the original one. In Kulmbach the grilled sausages more or less belong to the basic food. In the city center, the pleasant smell of the sausages is arriving temptingly from numerous stalls. In Kulmbach people prefer the sausages prepared on the grill, served with a medium hot mustard, rubbed in a special roll, the so-called Brodwerscht roll. In this region, the grilled sausages simply belong to the townscape. Nobody can tell me when the first grilled sausage has been eaten in Kulmbach. But it is certain that the grilled sausages have been closely associated with the name of her hometown, just like the beer. And the grilled sausages of Kulmbach are special sausages. The chef of the restaurant Mönchshofbräu Matthias Bloss thinks that only the sausages of Kulmbach have this very special taste. At the butchers, the filling of the sausages is very lean minced, and every butcher of Kulmbach then uses his own secret family recipe of spices. The sausage then gets a very special taste when cooked in a sauce of onions, carrots and vinegar with juniper berries and bay leaves. And how do you call this in Kulmbach? Blaugsotne.
Das sind die Blaugsotner.
Another traditional variation, the raw filling of the sausage is so-called kek, is spread on a slice of bread and butter and is decorated with paprika and chopped onions, and this is called Ausgestrafte.
Ausgestrafter.
The culinary Kulmbach, a real paradise of grilled sausages. Ladies and gentlemen, what have we learned today? Kulmbach is a little peaceful town in the Franconian region. The inhabitants of Kulmbach love to eat grilled sausages and to drink beer. For this purpose, they can find 8 stalls all around the town. And here you can touch Kulmbach, especially made for blind people. It is situated in the city center. Have a look at it. We finish this documentary in a typical Kulmbach way. Cheers!